Testicles.
Nice, bro. What's up, everybody? It's the Console Corner Xbox after show craziness that we're gonna into. No fanboy shit here. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna tell you fucking exactly how it was and how much we liked it, how much we didn't like, and all that other kind of cool stuff. Hey, big shout out to the fanboys out there saying Fable was gonna be on the fucking Xbox show. Guess what wasn't there, people? Fable.
I called that shit. I called it. I told all you guys, no Fable. Don't get your hypes up, and guess what? No Fable.
I'm so proud of you, GKB.
I gotta throw something out there every once in a while. Let's go ahead and introduce everybody, and then we're gonna get right into it because there's a shit ton to talk about. They weren't lying; they showed off a shit ton of games. So let's go. She-Wolf, how's it going?
It's going.
Nice. Magic Mike.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Sith Lord, what's up, bro?
Oh, not much.
Brutal.
Yeah, bro. It's long and strong. I'm kind of drunk, so that's
only way to be, man. And the guy we were waiting for, Miss Princess, Dario Destro.
Yeah,
sorry, I was just finished talking to Tom Hanks in Apollo 11.
Dude, you sound fine now.
Bro, you even fucked up the movie, bro. Can't even get the movie right, bro.
What movie was it, bro? What movie was it, Brutal? Apollo 13?
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
you act like I care about that.
I know you don't care about anything, bro. That's why you're one of my best friends.
I care about you, honey.
Let's go, peoples. All right, so they started off the Xbox show with Halo Infinite.
Keep us in line, GKB.
I will. I'll try. I'll do my best. It's been a little while, so. So yeah, it looks like a thrown together trailer. Not gonna lie, I was hyped to see Halo and all that kind of stuff, but we were talking before the show, and I was like, did they seriously zoom in on his fucking tree trunk and just showing Bart for like a few seconds? I was like, what's going on?
Steve Irwin's busting nuts in heaven right now. Oh, crikey, look at the Bach.
Yeah, but all the focus on nature and all that, I know we just said that we didn't see any Fable, but I was thinking it was Fable because it's like, oh, look at these trees and all this. Oh, okay, we're outside. It's Fable, right? Nope.
Yep. I was like, oh, God dang it. All right, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's go ahead and let's just go around everybody and just, what did you guys think of the show overall? You don't have to really talk about any specifics, just like, was it good to you? Was it bad? You know, and then we'll get into all the games, the announcements, and all that kind of stuff. Mike, what you think, man?
I thought it was a good show. There wasn't any of those like, you know, oh shit moments that I've seen in the past, but it was a good show. I enjoyed everything that they showed me. And I know that there are others who on the panel have more that they can add to that, so I don't want to take anything away from them. So overall, it was a good show, but yeah, I just didn't have that stellar moment that I was waiting for.
That's kind of how I felt too, and I was like, you know, it was a good show overall. I thought the pacing was fine. I like that they just went into game, and then it was kind of weird where every once in a while some guy would come out and talk about a game, and it was kind of like would lose its, you know, steam and momentum and all that kind of stuff.
You mean here's the one that stepped out to me in his own realm. This guy created his entire own universe in the guy, the older Japanese guy that came out dressed like he was 17 years old. It's like, don't worry, cool young gamers. I have a tear in the knee of my jeans.
I'm hip.
I'm cool. Yeah, I'm hip. I'm cool. The show from an Xbox. All right, we got to remember that this was the Xbox conference,
correct?
Not the console gaming conference.
The multi-plat conference.
Xbox, you didn't do shit to make me want to buy a fucking Xbox. And the problem is, man, is they didn't show. All right, so what did they show that was exclusive to Xbox? Forza, Snore. Not Snore. I'm sorry, I take that back. Forza looked fantastic, and I'm gonna buy it. I'm definitely gonna buy it, but I'm gonna get it on my computer. Forza, Gears, Halo. the holy trinity that Xbox relies on every year, and every single person that came to watch this conference wanted to see Microsoft bring something else that wasn't their original 3. Where am I getting an echo from? Is that from
I
me?
think it's Destro that just came back in.
Yeah, me too.
Anyways, those were the three. Those were the big 3, right?
Yep.
And they're the same big 3 that they bring every single year. I didn't see anything else that came up that made me want to buy an Xbox. The show overall was fantastic, but the show overall as a showcase for Xbox was terrible. Terrible.
I did like how they said more than once that everything that we're seeing here today is going to play and run best on the Xbox One X when it comes to consoles. So
Okay.
I think that's a good point they were making, but I feel like they need to drive that home a little harder.
Yeah, and I think they could have drove it home a lot harder if they showed off some new first parties that were taking advantage of that power.
Let me ask you this, guys. Xbox is saying this plays the best on Xbox, right? Are you going out to buy an Xbox because a game plays the best, or are you going out to buy a PlayStation because they have a bunch more games? They have more exclusive games. They had Terry Crews coming through on Crackdown 3 screaming at me the entire trailer. I don't care about that, bro. Crackdown 3 is dead for me, and the fact that they use that as like as a spot to rely on to market themselves doesn't make me feel comfortable.
I'm glad they didn't spend a lot of time on that though. It was kind of just a quick thing, and then
you're right. I don't think Crackdown is a selling point for Microsoft or for Xbox anymore.
True. All right, let me get somebody. Let's get somebody else's opinions in here. Sith, what you got going on, man? What you think? Break it down for us.
Well, the Crackdown part, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looked a little bit more appealing. I mean, it could just be Terry Crews just being entertaining.
He makes everything awesome.
Yeah, and
that is true.
Now, and what they showed this year looked amazing compared to what they've showed in the past.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was only me, because definitely the modeling on his face, it looked literally like it did look a lot better. So that's a good thing. And I am happy that they are delaying it, because people, I was never really hyped for Crackdown 3. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. But it does look a little bit more appealing, and hopefully it's going to be a lot better by releasing in 2019. Halo, I don't know what the hell type of game is it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's like a Reach type of thing or ODST. I'm pretty sure it's not, because the graphics looked not of that quality. So more than likely it's some type of RTS type of thing.
Yeah, I think that Halo thing was just a teaser saying, "Hey guys, we're working on the next Halo game. We know we heard you."
Teaser, they could have just did some Blair Studio CGI or something.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice like the art style of Halo 3 or Halo Infinite was real old school?
Yeah, it was, because they were going like back to the ring and everything too, man.
Yeah. Like that reminded me of like the first time you get on Halo, like on a Halo, in Halo 1. It reminded me of that map.
But the graphics definitely look like it.
Yeah, for sure.
The graphics looked weird, right? They looked strangely rendered, like they were a blend, like they were a super polished old school graphics.
Yeah, I agree.
They didn't look like they were running on like the most premium or the best graphics that you can get. Like they looked like they were running kind of old school but super polished.
They're just like some type of engine running on hyper speed or slipspace. So maybe it's a streaming game. Like maybe it's like,
I mean, they did push that at the end. They were like, "Hey, we got a streaming thing going." But Sith, how did you like the show overall? Like, what was your take?
I think it was a good show. I didn't have my hopes up really high. I learned my lesson from last year's E3, where I had my hopes on like a ridiculous level, and it's kind of sad being a customer and having your hopes high. It's supposed to be high, for good quality and where our standard should be set, like at a CD Projekt Red level. Right. But I think what the tools that they had and what they had going on, I'm happy Phil mention the studios that they purchased to trying to bring back some confidence. The Ninja Theories are definitely a big pickup. And that Santa Monica studio, which seems kind of promising, because soon I heard Santa Monica, automatically thought of God of War. And you know how everyone in California, those developers, it's a nice pool, that people can hop around. So I'm pretty sure it's going to have really good developers there, just based off the environment there. Not speaking third party wise, but first party, I mean, that's about it. Of course, Ori looked cool, and what else did they show? They showed
we're gonna break it down to order.
Yeah.
Each game.
Can you guys help me out real quick? Just going forward. Undead Labs. Aside from State of Decay, what else? Have they made anything else besides State of Decay?
No, I think that's
Decay too.
Yeah, it's just been State of Decay. Okay. Shiva, what did you think of the show overall?
Well, okay, so overall, it's not like I say the game is complete. Okay, when it comes to E3 as a whole, I enjoyed the concept that they had. I do think it was a little bit of wasted space having all the, I kind of thought it was weird how they had all the lineups of all the Xboxes and of the screens, and they even had the their new design controller that they did. They had all that stuff, but yet didn't actually show any of that stuff. So I thought I didn't fully understand what was the actual purpose of why they had all that on the stage. But us from home, obviously, it's not really as important to us because we're watching the main screen. But I don't know. I just thought that was a little weird that stood out. But overall, the games, I wasn't really surprised. I went into E3 kind of having already the feel that most of the things we were going to see, we already knew of. So it's not like that really, I wasn't really super hyped, but I wasn't underhyped either, because overall I thought it was a good show. It showed new trailers we haven't seen, some games we haven't seen, and a lot of things that we already knew, but we got release dates and whatnot. So overall I thought it was a decent show.
Cool.
I feel like that's the problem with the show, though, man. Leaks kind of ruin the shows for everybody, but go ahead.
Yeah, I have to be surprised though. No, there wasn't a lot of actual leaks this year. Their whole press conference, the last couple of years have been leaked out, but this year they kept a lot of it under wraps, which I was surprised. Destro, what did you think of the show, man?
All right, you want my honest opinion?
Absolutely.
No, we want a fake opinion.
My fake opinion, Microsoft rules. Xbox is the greatest thing I've ever touched in my whole entire life. Blah, blah, blah. I am tired of Phil. He likes talking, and he just reminds me of the American version of that Japanese dude you were talking about. So let's just knock that out, okay?
All right, guys. Destro, can I ask you a question real quick? Because I know that you'll entertain this argument.
Yes, sir.
Was Phil Spencer's jacket real denim, or was it fake denim?
It was fake denim. It was all cotton and rayon.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Dude, he always comes out. He always comes out that's why I laughed when you picked on that 102-year-old Japanese guy, because he dresses the same way, bro. I know you got the greatest job in the world.
He came out dressed in American Eagle jeans.
You didn't hear? They bought that too. When did Microsoft become the Yankees? Okay, why are we not getting kids coming out of college, young kids trying to build games?
Bro, Microsoft ain't the Yankees, bro. The Yankees buy quality players, bro. Microsoft is buying
Undead Labs.
Microsoft's buying studios that they've had unofficially exclusive for the past 5 years. They got Playground and they got Undead, bro. Okay.
So instead of borrowing these players, they just bought them. Is that what you're saying?
Instead of unofficially owning them, they own them for real now. That's basically what happened.
Now they got to pay taxes on them.
It's garbage. I didn't need to hear that for 10 minutes of we have the greatest storytellers. If you do, how come we haven't come up with an original game? I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying. Okay.
Dude, this is one of the rare instances where I'm fucking Team Destro all day right now, bro. I completely agree with him, and I normally hate him, but I agree with him almost 100% right now.
All right, so since we're on that topic of the new studios and stuff, let's just start there. He talked about 5 studios he picked up. The Initiative is the new one we don't know anything about yet.
That's the only one I'm interested in.
Playground Games. Ninja Theory, I thought was a good pickup, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think that was a surprise. That was a great pickup.
Yeah, and Compulsion Games as well, who's doing We Happy Few, which is coming out in August, like the full release. I kind of agree. I didn't like, him coming out and being like, yeah, we heard you, story games, blah, 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 blah. Here's 5 studios. Oh, wait, you can't see anything from them right now.
Right.
And that was kind of a bummer with me. And that was kind of the bummer part of the whole show for me. It was no new refreshing IPs outside of Gears, Forza, and Halo. So
exactly, bro.
What did everybody else think about that announcement? I do think the announcement though was good. That's the direction they need to go. That's where a lot of us have been complaining about first party. It's just a bummer we didn't get to hear anything. How's everybody else feel about that?
I mean, I agree. It was a bummer that we didn't get like a new first-party exclusive IP or anything like that announced. But I feel like they did put a few of my fears at ease by having Capcom come out and show us Devil May Cry 5, having From Software on the stage to show their new game, their new IP, even having Kingdom Hearts 3 there. What they're showing is that they've solidified their relationship with these third-party developers. These developers are now choosing to come onto the Microsoft stage to show off their new games for E3, and I think that is a huge step from what we've seen in the past, where all of these types of studios and developers were going to other stages for these types of announcements.
All right.
So I'm sad that we didn't get the new first-party stuff. Just hearing about the studios wasn't enough, but it's good that they're getting those studios. But they did show us a lot of positive things here too.
Mike,
absolutely.
Can I ask you a question, man? Do you feel like that's just like a silver lining situation, though, man? Like the fact that like it's like I feel like that's the bare minimum that that you can accept. Like you have these studios coming on to show theirs on the Xbox stage. None of these titles that you just mentioned are actually Xbox exclusive titles, so. And I feel like the judgment that needs to be made is how did Xbox do as a presentation here? And Kingdom Hearts, the graphics look good, but when the movie zooms in,
no. You're gonna start dissing Kingdom Hearts. You can just go right now.
When you zoom in on a character,
no.
Mickey. Like you're gonna reference Mickey Mouse into like a really serious like situation that doesn't sell it for me. But I guess my real question, like my real my real concern is, like I said in the beginning of the show, where did Microsoft make you want to be? Where did Microsoft want you to buy an Xbox? Besides these multi-plat games, the 80% of the videos that they showed started with some deep voice saying world exclusive, not Xbox exclusive, not console exclusive. It was world exclusive.
Console launch exclusive.
What the fuck is world exclusive? Of course it's a world exclusive. Everybody on the planet, anything new that you see is a world exclusive. Like that's a stupid concept.
World premiere.
Yeah, I think they fixed exclusive. It. I didn't hear any console exclusive.
It said console launch exclusive and then world premiere.
Oh wow.
Whatever the verbiage is, I'm sorry. There is nothing that I think that they portrayed in this conference that made people want to say, "Damn, I need an Xbox right now."
I think you're right, Brutal. I think as far as like they didn't show any wow moment of like, man, I need to go out and get an Xbox for this kind of thing, because most of it was multiplats outside of Gears, Forza and Halo.
The games are exciting though.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's kind of like. Go ahead, man.
I don't know. I got to kind of disagree with you. When I saw Devil May Cry 5, I was like, wow. I thought that game died with PS2. Like, why do we care? Why do we care about that game? And who listens to Japanese pop? Who listens to Japanese pop when they're slaying demons, bro? That's my other thing. I need some thrash metal. I need some Slayer or something. I don't need to hear like, Konnichiwa. No, I don't need none of that shit.
The last one had it. It was pretty yeah.
Yeah.
The one before that. It had pretty
Devil
good music.
May Cry 3 was the last good entry in that franchise. 4 was like
so nobody liked the recent one because he was like too emo. He wasn't. No,
it wasn't that. It was like 4 was like and I was having the same conversation with a couple of people I was talking to while I was watching the conference. Like 4 was like an amalgamation of like a bunch of like almost like a, and the word that we used in that conversation was a cash grab. That like Devil May Cry 4 wasn't the same quality that you got out of the rest of the franchise. And then 5, I'm not gonna lie, 5 looks good. I don't know the the timetable that you guys have laid out, GKB and She-Wolf, for the show, but I really, really, really want to talk about Jump Force though, because Jump Force looks super sick.
We'll get there.
Yeah, let's hit some of the early stuff before we get, because that was pretty far down. All right, we talked about a little bit of Halo Infinite. I don't really think there's much to really go on to have like a full-on conversation until we see more of that one. Then he came out, Phil Spencer comes out and he says, hey, we're going to show you 50 games, 18 exclusives. That's a bit of a lie, in my opinion. And 15 world premieres. They showed a shit ton of world premieres, I'll give him that. But I have to be honest, the 18 exclusives wasn't exclusives outside of Gears, Halo, and Forza. The rest were just console launch exclusives, which, that's cool. But again, I think to Brutal's point, that's not really going to make anybody come out and, hey, I got to get me an Xbox for that.
Bro, Dragon said something just like that. Like when he was posting all the cryptic, he's like, beware of all these cryptic messages, Red Dragon. When he was talking about how the difference between console exclusive world or launch exclusive, all the different variations of the word exclusive that you could fit into your presentation during E3. He's like, beware of all of these.
Did anybody else take that away from the announcement though? Because it sounded like to me he had a bunch of exclusives to talk about, but then when it came up on the screen, it was just console launch exclusives. Am I just overreaching on that one, or?
I think exclusive is all of the above. Console launch exclusive, North American exclusive, it's whatever exclusive. Just lumped it all together.
Okay.
And I think like for the press conference overall, it's marketing to, several different types of gamers. A lot of people, it's more gamers out there that only own the PS4 versus the gamers that only own the Xbox out there. So I guess that's what they're trying to market towards, because, different gamers, like, a lot of us, we have PCs and stuff and we have all the consoles. So it's like, we're looking at it a different way, but a lot of people are not like us. Like most people are not, and they will just have one console. So I do wish it was only on Xbox, but then again, I really wish it was no such thing as exclusive. I want to play my games anywhere I want to at any time on any platform. I don't want it to be just like if I wanted to play God of War, it would have been awesome if I could play it on my Xbox or play it on my PC. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy that Xbox is taking that initiative of, you could play your games anywhere. So it's kind of
to your point, Sith, like I was totally like that in the beginning of this generation, right? I was like, man, I just want to play my games anywhere. I don't care where it is and all that. But now that I've seen, Xbox turn towards where you can pretty much play your games on anything now, from like looking at it from that standpoint now, I'm like, it watered down the brand so much to where Xbox doesn't even feel like the Xbox of old that I'm used to. so there's a definite hit to the brand when they do that. And at this point, it's like, do I really need an Xbox at all, where I can just get all my stuff anywhere else? Like, that's just kind of the thing I'm fighting with these days. So
I still have mines for, let's say, Red Dead, because it's not going to be on PC and multi-plat. It runs the game better. So, I mean, that's why I'm using it. So,
yeah, Sir Galahad's like, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, PlayStation uses the right terminology, only on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they're killing it right now. All right, so then they went into Ori, which is a fantastic game. I love the first one.
Dude, Ori
The
looked
second one
gorgeous,
was
dude.
fantastic.
Yeah, looks beautiful.
Ori looked so good, man. Like, that was the only trailer that like had me captivated to the point where like I really wanted to play that game.
Dude, I was so hoping they were going to say out now, and I was just like, come on, do it.
It looked like it could have been out now. I don't really understand why they waited.
The combat, like the way that like they traverse the maps looked so nice, man.
Yeah, I like the whole bird part too.
Yeah, like the way the owl can kind of be like a tool / companion to you was really cool.
And he gets a bow and a sword and stuff. So
yeah, like he had like the whole like bow staff thing where he like comboed that guy in the air. That was kind of cool.
He leveled up. Or she, I don't know what the hell the thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's
I think it's gender neutral.
I don't know, like, yeah, let's just be safe. Ori in the SJW forest.
It has nothing below.
Right.
Completely blank.
Ori and they forest. That's how you have to say it.
Here's the next game too, which I was kind of not really taken back or like, wow, it's on the, because they did, Dark Souls 3, I think was it last year or the year before, but From Software's new game, Sekiro, looks like a samurai.
Yeah, Sekiro looks sick, dude.
It does look sick.
To me, I took that game. It was almost like I feel like it's going to be Xbox version of God of War. The way the action looked,
it did kind of have that vibe. It looks fantastic though, man. Like that was the. I mean, granted, it was really early in their presentation, but that was one of the first games that made me excited.
Yeah. When he did that fan shield thing, I was
yeah, exactly. That's what grabbed me too, bro. That's exactly the moment that I was like, okay.
I just want to say that as a huge fan of From Software's games and the Souls series and everything, I don't expect this to be anything like the Xbox God of War. not at all. And anybody that thinks that may be very disappointed. I would say this is more.
That's right, though. Mike's not wrong. No, I'm saying you're not wrong.
Right. It's what's the samurai Souls-like game that came out?
Neo.
Yeah, Neo. I would say that would be a closer comparison. But I'm pretty sure this. I don't remember the Japanese word for it, but I think it's Shadows Die Twice is the subtitle. I'm pretty sure it's multi-plat. I don't think that's an excuse.
It's definitely a multi-plat.
That's what I was worrying with Activision. I don't know how the hell Activision got their hands.
I was curious about that too.
Why the hell Xbox didn't bulldog the fuck out of them and got that damn From Software game? Because they did one with Bloodborne, and what the hell? I don't know what they're doing in the office, really. Because,
I don't understand either, man.
Like how did that happen? And I don't know.
It was out there because how did Activision pick up the publishing rights for it? Like, why didn't Microsoft go for it?
And what did Bandai Namco do to like piss From Software off where they're not using them as a publisher anymore?
I have no idea, man. No idea. I'm excited for it because I'm a huge Dark Souls fan. So
Bandai did all like the Souls and right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, are they on the outs now, or are they just publishing the mainline Dark Souls games?
Oh, I mean, I don't know if they're on the outs at all. I was really surprised to see Activision as the publisher for this new one.
How does From Software pump out these damn games like every year? Holy crap!
No, they're doing the COD effect. They got their own formula, and they just slap a new paint on it. Like that's why. Yeah, I do as well. That's why I like Bloodborne. I think it's way better than Dark Souls, just from the art style and the feel and the type of weapons and stuff. But it's practically Dark Souls with a different skin, like a modded version of it. So you know, that's practically all it is. So this is just slap a skin over it and call it a game.
True.
So really exciting to see From Software on the stage, but this new game of theirs is going to be niche like the Souls series is.
I think it's going to be more popular because you could like fly and shit. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, you gotta love dying all the time.
Right.
I mean, it's not going to be an easy game.
It seemed a little bit more casual because you could actually like.
Well, I say that about Bloodborne too, and I play Bloodborne all the time. I'm like,
shit.
no, it's fucking hard.
Well, some people would agree with that too. That Bloodborne is more easier than Dark Souls, but I don't know. I think because it's more funner. So
True.
Can we like jump back to the beginning of the show for a minute and actually talk about Halo Infinite?
Yeah, what's up?
If you want to.
Like, what do you? Okay, so GKB thinks that it's going to be a battle royale.
I think they're gonna have some kind of battle royale in it for sure. I mean, they already got Warzone and stuff, so it fits.
I'm saying RTS.
You think it's an RTS?
Nah, that'd be Halo Wars, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't look like an RTS. 'Cause
Maybe
they
a
showed-
spin-off of Halo Wars. I don't know.
It's going to be a Telltale Games formula type game with a Halo story.
Mike, you shut your fucking mouth.
No, but in all reality, does anyone actually know what this Halo game is actually going to
From
be?
people in the
It's
chat,
not a first-person shooter. I know that.
Dude,
well,
that
they're
shit-
saying it's like a Halo 4, a Halo 5, and it's gonna be like focused on Chief and blah blah blah.
So Halo Infinite has an article on Xbox Wire, and Halo Waypoint talks about it being the story.
Successor of Halo 5 and focused on the Chief. So it's the next mainline game.
Yeah, maybe
So then it's gonna be just a regular like RPG style game.
No, this is what I was saying before about this teaser thing that they were throwing out there. It's like they're knee deep into development. They're like, we got to throw something out because people are all over us about first party. So here's a little teaser about Halo. Shut the fuck up, people, and then moved on. That's
yeah,
all
bro.
it was.
That's exactly what they were doing, bro. They were exactly what GKB said. Shut the fuck up about first party. We're going to show you all these other games all these other devs are making, but just in case you care more about playing your game in 4K versus fucking 1440 or whatever, we're going to offer all these games too, just like every other platform. I have a negative, like, salty opinion about like this conference right now because, like, in my opinion, E3 is the place where you show off your brand. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, E3 is a place where you show up and you're like, hey guys, since we fucked up this entire last year, this year, this is what we have for you. Oh, wait a second, this is a bunch of other shit you can get on any other platform. Sorry, that's all I got for you. We got Halo, though. Here's 10 seconds of it that looks like a clip from Halo 2. That doesn't do it for me, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't do it for me. Like, that, like, if we're looking at, like, the grand scheme and, like, what a conference should be, like an E3 conference should be, Xbox didn't do well, man. You know?
Not as far as like showing off their first party and all that kind of stuff. And that, I've been saying this for a while now. Like they came out with the Xbox One X, no huge games to show off on it. And Phil Spencer comes out, later that year, and he's like, "Hey guys, we're working on it. Yeah, but you're not going to see the fruits of that stuff for like years to come now. And that's why he took so many minutes on the new studios. He's like, we heard you were working on it, but from my perspective is like, well, why weren't you doing this in the beginning of the generation? I've said this multiple times.
All right, so the fact that you brought up the studios that they brought on board, right? Let's look at the studios that they brought on board. Undead Labs, State of Decay, average at best when it comes to a game, janky as hell. The most recent title that just released on Xbox, State of Decay 2, janky as hell. Like, I don't care.
Can you imagine that game with a serious budget?
Yeah,
voice
I can't.
acting.
Okay, yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, Seth.
The core
game. My point is, bro,
is
that the game that they just released though is janky as shit, and that was a game that all these Xbox fans were fucking banking on. They're banking on Crackdown. Crackdown that's been delayed 3-4 times. Like I don't want to hear it anymore, bro. Like State of Decay 2 or State of Decay with a great budget, I agree with you, dude, would be fantastic because the gameplay in State of Decay, the idea of State of Decay is great. It's executed real poorly in this second one, man. And I don't care who you are, you can't argue with the fact that you're screen tearing, that your movement feels like shit. Let's move on to the next studio that they introduced, Hellblade or Ninja Theory. That's one that I can get behind. What do you guys think about Ninja Theory coming on with Microsoft or being
I think that was a good score, man. Yeah. But the problem is, outside of Hellblade, we have nothing to show off for it. So again, all these announcements about these studios was great and it's awesome. It's what they need, but we need something shown off from these studios to be hyped about this announcement. And then we didn't see that. Yeah,
and you're right, dude. And I think that's why my overall impression of this conference was lackluster because, like you said, GKB, we need to see something. Like Phil Spencer can come out with a shiny denim on all he wants, bro, but and talk about all these things that Microsoft is acquiring. But we were waiting since last year to see what Microsoft was acquiring and what Microsoft was going to do, because last year's E3 wasn't that great. And if PlayStation comes through tomorrow, or tomorrow for us in Eastern time, if PlayStation comes through and makes and just drops bombs on everybody, like Microsoft's done again, man. And it's going to be a whole nother year of speculation. And that thin, weird group of people that still is hanging on to Xbox being the best gaming console you can play on is going to fall off a little bit more. And I don't care if there's people watching this podcast or listening to this podcast that hate me for stating facts, but in my opinion, those are facts. And I want to know what you guys think, like, because I really don't care about what everybody watching thinks about my opinion, but I do actually value the opinion of my fellow show members. So what do you guys think? Like, where do you think Microsoft is after this conference? Like, I want to have a real conversation about like where the studio is right now.
I think a lot of people are like hype on all of what they've shown because they did show a lot. They showed a lot of really cool stuff. I'm not going to take that away from Microsoft. But as a brand, like what you're looking forward to in the future as like first party and stuff, they didn't show anything. But I could definitely see, the hype behind the conference. I thought the show overall was really good. But right now, you're not going to get very good opinions until like people digest the information they just got, maybe watch it a couple of times and being like, yeah, it was a really good show, but what do I as an Xbox guy have to look forward to?
There's like a small go ahead. I'm sorry, man, go ahead. I've talked way too much this session already, so
no, that's all right, bro. I'm just coming from me, more of an Xbox kind of guy. I wasn't impressed, honestly. Again, we came out again showing Fallout stuff. It just seems like every 2 years it's the same exact thing. Honestly, not every, because
right.
Every 2 years it's the same thing. And I think just like to GKB's point where he came out and was like, oh, there's some Halo, shut up. I think he did the same thing with, look who we acquired, shut up. It was more of, we got people who can do open worlds and storytelling. We acquired these studios, so shut up. We'll have some games come out. You know what I'm saying? It's like trickling that salt. Just there you go. I'm giving you an inkling. I'll let your emotions or your excitement and go, oh man, if they do this for Xbox X with what the hardware is, blah 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 bullshit, it'll be bigger. But it's I don't know, man. I have to say, from this guy who's had an Xbox since the beginning, I'm gonna have to go to that PC gamer life, because my boy messaged me about when they showed.
Come.
I'm telling you, you don't got a PC.
When they showed that PUBG. Like, my buddy messaged me. He's like, oh, man, this is going to... I was like, bro, don't get hyped up. That was all from PC gameplay.
Well, yeah, but see, that was one of my biggest issues when it came to this whole entire E3. Is a lot of the things that we saw, we already knew about. Like, okay, yes, they showed Sea of Thieves new updates, but okay, they could have saved that for their Xbox Weekly shows that they do during E3 or whatever it's called, Xbox Inside or.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though. She-Wolf is like there's a very thin, shallow pool of things that Xbox could pull out of their own exclusive that they could show to make people excited.
Well, and I understand that, and that's one of the biggest things is like, yeah, it's cool that some of the developers that they got, but of course, two of the developers that they talked about, they've both already created games, so they don't have anything that's going to be coming out anytime soon.
Here's another thing that I think would have been really cool, because we heard a lot of like late breaking news that we were going to get a price drop on the Xbox One X. That didn't happen. So I don't know if that was just...
When did you hear that though? I never heard that rumor.
I've seen.
I
that
saw a lot on Twitter.
I've seen that shit blowing up everywhere. That fucking X is dropping down to $349.
Well, okay, so they could still drop it, but just didn't announce it. Like
that would have been a big thing to be like on your stage and being like, "Hey, remember it was 500? Oh wait, it's 400 now."
Well,
Yeah.
announcing Fable would have been a big thing on their stage, but obviously they stayed away from a lot of things that could have. Apparently, actually, like one of the best things they obviously had was the fact they showed Forza. Like, I have to say though, this is probably the first year I think they've actually showed a Halo, a Forza, and a Gears all in one E3 though.
Forza looked fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, man. That Seasons and all that stuff they're doing in there, they're really pushing the envelope of that game. So kudos to that, because that looked awesome.
I'm still excited for Gears 5, even though I know you're not.
God, don't get me started on Gears 5. Jesus.
What, the Gears pop?
That was cute too. No, the actual Gears 5.
The Gears Pop thing, because like when that started, I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! This is not a thing."
I was
right. Well, no, dude, I started laughing because I'm pretty sure pop figures can't run like a fucking Ninja Turtle, so I might enjoy that.
Why can't they?
Their head's too big. They'd hit the ground.
Legs.
Come on.
They have
little legs and a huge head. Little legs, huge
Sounds
head.
like babies.
Yeah, what do? Fall right on their face. I rest my case.
No, they don't. Not
They
always.
learn to walk,
Babies don't fall on their face?
Not always, no.
Not always?
No,
Dude,
they
you have
learn
kids,
to.
and it surprises me that you don't know these things.
Yeah, they learn to
I don't
run.
like my kids, bro. Let's be honest. Like, they just got home this week, and I want to run away. No.
No, but like Gears 5, though, like, I think the game looks absolutely beautiful. Let me get this out of the way. But I don't want to hear any more about the fucking new team. I don't want to play as any of the new team. I want to play as Marcus Phoenix and the rest of the dudes that I fucking know and enjoy.
Yeah, but
just not into her story.
What you want. The only thing though is what I want to know if they're actually going to go in depth on what happened to JD, because the last time
he's in charge. He's running things.
No. What happened to his arm? What happened to his face? Like, He ain't the thin blonde.
He's been through some shit.
He's at war.
He's infected.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah,
what about those enemies though? What about those enemies? Like those shits look way cooler than DBs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. But DBs were still there though.
Well, there was like
mutated DBs.
Yeah, mutated DBs. It was cooler.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't take that away from it at all. I'm not interested in the story. I'm not interested into that character. I just give me more Marcus Phoenix. Let's go blow up some shit. Let's go kill some dudes. That's all I want.
Yeah, but you can't stay favoritism to just one freaking character. Like, you have to grow up.
You have to grow up. And look what happened. They got fucked up, and now they're going back to Master Chief.
Well, because people actually like Kate, so obviously they did something right with like the story that they were doing with her, and
Who knows? It might not be the whole campaign is with her, but I will be fine with that because, I like the fact that Gears of War could take a more serious turn on the story. Because I know a lot of people that look at Gears of War as some bro do whatever the hell, shoot 'em up. But it has some real lore in the game. So it's not just like a big bunch of muscly guys shooting. It's deeper than that. Like the Locust was once human, and they mention that in the game. Like it's more,
I love
more.
Yeah, I love the new environments that we saw in the trailer for Gears 5. Like that was really like
the game's gorgeous.
That was a showcase there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was like, So you're on some like ice like boat thing, and it's like, why are you behind it like on these fucking things? Why don't you just get on the boat?
I don't know. It look cooler. I don't know what's going on. Like, look at this, everyone. You know, I don't know. It's wild.
What else do we see? More Sea of Thieves DLC. Yay.
But we also saw like Cuphead DLC, which I'm kind of surprised it's not coming out till next year.
But here's the thing, like a lot of people talk shit when Sony is like showing DLC. Are we all okay that Microsoft's showing DLC on the stage?
Well,
Cuphead DLC didn't really do much for me.
No, it didn't do anything for me either. I
don't think it was horrible, but you know, they had to fill it with something, I guess, and it's better to do that.
What does Sony's show that was DLC on their stage?
Oh, they do quite a bit. Like they did the Uncharted one.
And
that was a standalone
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero, that's the one I'm trying to remember.
Oh, well, Horizon.
So I have a question then. One of the games that was shown, I can't think of what the name of it. It was that skateboarding one. Like you thought it was going to be like.
I thought it was like another Tony Hawk's.
Yeah.
Session something.
Session. Yeah.
I think it was just called Session. Yeah, I thought that was going to be Skate 4 or something.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Oh man, cool! Another skateboarding game. That's dope.
And then it just kind of came out of like a no-name kind of game, which I was kind of surprised about. But I guess it should be interesting. And okay, so and then obviously the next thing I'm gonna ask is like Game Pass getting the Division, Fallout 4, and Elder Scrolls.
I was kind of funny about the Game Pass. Like everybody talks like so much about like Game Pass, and it's like the best. And then when they were announcing stuff on Game Pass, everybody was like, "Hey, yeah, that's cool." And I was like,
"Well,
I thought it was the greatest thing."
Well, they showed the stuff on the back, so the audience knew, and then she didn't know that they knew already. So that's why the cheers was off.
They knew. I was like, "Oh my!"
Before they came in. Yes. Oh, they rehearsed the whole thing, and
I don't know.
Everyone.
Wait, what?
The flash, like the splash screens in the back when she said and Division and Fallout. I think the pictures in the back should have been when she announced it, but I think the pictures all of them came in at once, and she didn't know that. So
probably not. Yeah.
It threw the audience off because the audience already seen everything. Like whoa at first, and then you know.
I have to say, I am going to point out one thing to all the guys at FanFest. You guys did not show all that much friggin' like clapping and like you guys were not all like there was a lot of
Phil comes out.
That audience was drowsy as shit.
It was like drowsy. I figured, you know, even if you didn't like the game, you could have at least like made it look good for like people watching at home, like cheer, be happy. But it was like, oh, this is announced, and they're like. I was like, really? Can we get like a little more? Like, come on, this is supposed to be the biggest crowd in E3 history for Xbox, and you couldn't even like put your oomph into it. Like,
well, that's because they were as impressed as we were. So they sitting there. I mean, it wasn't impressive at all. It was garbage. That's why they didn't get into it.
But there was these like scenes where I saw like the camera pan across the crowd, and I was like, I had the volume turned down like halfway because I was talking to other people in Discord at the time, and I was like, wait, are they cheering right now, or is everybody like dead silent? Like when they put on Sessions, I was like,
I thought it was Tony Hawk at first, man. I was like,
I thought it was Skate. I thought it was going to be Skate 4.
Yeah.
Is that a console launch exclusive?
That's what a lot of people thought it was going to be.
Don't get me wrong. Like
I wrote all that stuff down. Yeah, it is a console launch exclusive.
Like,
Sessions.
Growing up, like playing on like PS1, bro. Like playing Tony Hawk. Like I love skate games, but like they brought Skate on, dude. Like a skateboarding game, and the crowd was fucking like dead silent. The camera like panned out and like was like like panning across or zoomed out and like panning across the crowd, and it was dead silent. Like nobody was excited about Sessions. And then you got Greenberg tweeting out, super excited about Sessions. Bro, don't fucking lie, dude. I I will say though that Tunic looked like a fantastic therapeutic like gaming experience. And when I say
that was the Zelda clone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I say therapeutic, I mean like there are some games that like I start playing just because it's soothing and easy and a straightforward experience, and I put more value in some of those games than some like AAA title games because I don't know about you guys, but do you guys ever play a game that just makes you feel like okay? You know what I mean? Like you just
all of them.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I mean, just like
a more relaxing game, like
bro, like I play a lot of like competitive games where like I stress myself out about not winning. And there's a game where you can just load into, do whatever you want to do. If you die, you die. If whatever, it's not a competitive, tense experience. It's an experience where you can just play a video game and enjoy a story.
Here's something I want to bring up too, because this is a theme between two conferences now. EA's went. We just saw Microsoft's. Both of them stated streaming is going to be a thing here very, very, very soon. How do you guys feel about that? Like EA is like, we're pretty much around the corner. Microsoft's, I'm damn sure, is probably around the corner. That's why, Game Pass and all that kind of stuff is just getting you used to that stuff right now. How many more years we got before we're going to see this as a permanent thing?
What is really the big deal about like game streaming? Like overall, okay, so you stream your game. Yes, you have to have good internet, and yes, you have to obviously.
The good internet thing is honestly like a farce kind of thing. There's plenty more people out there with good internet than there is that without internet. And
well, that's my point. So like, what is the big deal?
And, like game titles have been so optimized to the point where like you don't need like it's like a double-edged sword, like in a good sense though.
I don't see them ever officially getting rid of like say hard copies or where like digital downloads. Like I don't see that from
this perspective where it's like we don't have to put into hardware, we don't have to put into DVDs, we don't have to do any of that.
You don't need an epic system or a great level of internet to play these games anymore though. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, like when you wanted to. All right, I'm going way back to like
digital like
Napster era, right?
Dial-up. There you go.
So you had Napster.
LOL.
So you had Napster on a dial-up connection. It took you a day to download one song, right?
Right.
Now you can download a whole album in 5 seconds. It's the same thing that goes with like gaming.
Truthfully, though, it's not different now, though. Like, if you really think about it, like, no, but I mean, like, in reality, too, how we play games, more or less, is what I mean. We download a game, but you still have to have internet to play the game because you still have to be online to play the game, regardless of if you own it. There isn't many titles that you can play offline anymore. So we're already technically playing on, like, a streaming-based kind of idea. So for them to actually turn where you can pay for a subscription, get every game just on a simple just a simple streaming service, and you can play it anywhere that you can get internet, I think that's actually still a neat idea. So
no, I think that game streaming is the future for gaming, and it's going to be here probably sooner than we expect. But the reality of the situation is that any competitive gamer is not going to accept game streaming. They're going to need to have local hardware just because of input response times and things like that. Things that aren't going to matter for a single player game so much, but when you're playing something like COD or PUBG or anything where you need to have those quick lightning fast reflexes. Adding in that extra element of lag between the game streaming from a server is just not going to be accepted 100%. So there's still going to be a need for
at least Xbox
hardware.
has dedicated servers.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I get the perspective, Mike, but at the same time, it's like they need it. They don't really need it. Like Microsoft could just take it away tomorrow. Sony, anybody could just take it away and be like, here's what it is. Like, you want to play, this is what you got to do.
Right.
And they're just going to have to, deal with it. And I think that's the thing. But I think at that point though, I mean, even now it's very. It's not that bad. It's pretty dang close in a lot of scenarios. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't think it's like this year. I don't think it's next year. But it's just interesting that the theme between two conferences so far have been, hey, we're going to be streaming games to mobile, everything kind of thing.
They're laying the groundwork, basically.
Yeah.
And then PlayStation already had their
PlayStation had the game.
You know, the one thing I am a little confused about. Did anyone watch the I know me and GKB watched it, but did any of you guys watch the EA show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You notice how they did Battlefield 5 and they talked about it, but they made it seem like they were gonna actually talk about it more on
I mean, they showed a little bit.
Yeah, but they showed kind of like a trailer on Xbox. They didn't actually talk about it, but yet on EA they said, "Oh,
well, they were gonna show some of the
Xbox
campaign
for
stuff."
more. But
Yeah,
they didn't.
Well, they can't show you the campaign. Like, why would you play the game then?
They did show a little bit of Battlefield on Xbox.
Yeah, they showed.
Not really. They showed a trailer, guys.
Well, yeah, that's what they was talking about.
I mean,
It's a trailer. That's not really talking about the game.
I don't know what you were expecting though.
For them to actually talk about the game a little
And
bit.
walk on stage and stuff, and going. Yeah,
They brought
Like,
on smaller people. They could have brought on the bigger.
But then you would just be repeating what EA did.
I was waiting for them to play like a Battlefield match on the stage because they had all this.
That would have been awesome.
Again, all of those they only used it for Forza. They had how many friggin' Xboxes and TVs there, and they only used
Maybe there's something going on after the show ended where they're invited.
That's the only thing I can
has to
think
be.
of is
Yeah.
they have where
I think
everyone
that's where you play all the games and
the
stuff.
demos and stuff.
Well,
It
they
has
did
to
some
be.
gameplay. They did some gameplay at Division 2.
no.
Yeah,
No.
they showed some.
They
Yeah, they
didn't
did.
play it though. No, they weren't.
Well,
did.
they didn't. They
There
didn't
wasn't
go
like a team or whatever.
Oh,
Or that
no,
was
no,
a
no,
trailer.
no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm
I think it
talking
was
about
just
the
a scripted event.
actual. I was talking about the actual Xboxes and TVs that were all lined up across the
You're
the
a
stage
scripted
behind
event.
the developers.
Oh, okay. Where they
I
had
know-
to walk in between it coming out.
Yes, those.
Okay.
That's what I was referring to. It just seemed kind of wasted space. But
Yeah,
I guess
the
they could be
most-
doing
the
demos
weird-
after.
The weirdest.
That's
thing to me
because
was-
with Forza they didn't have a McLaren to bring out and be like, "This is the new McLaren in Forza."
That's like the first time I've ever seen not a car come out for a Forza game.
Bro,
Like, what the hell?
I know, bro.
that entire Forza demonstration, why did they bring out 3 people to sit at those fucking desks and nothing happened during the entire
just
Forza
drove.
demonstration?
They didn't even drive though.
Did
I thought
they?
it was scripted the whole time.
But that new McLaren though, wasn't that door see through? Or
Let's
that?
Let's
Oh.
take one. Let's take one a step forward as well. Talking about the scripted co-op thing.
Oh, are we talking about the Division 2?
Oh God,
That was horrible.
dude.
How she
It was cringeworthy what they were saying. I'm
she
like,
kept trying to
"Stop
sound
doing
like
this."
she was all Spec Ops and everything, and then she
Yeah.
died anyways.
Hated every
Yeah,
time
That was
she
the
did it.
same
She's
thing
got
they did
3
for the-
4-year-olds surrounding her while she's trying to be Spec Ops. She's like,
What were you
"Honey,
saying? Like,
eat your pancake bites." Oh, good! Look out, guys! We got
Oh no!
we got a
What's
boat
going-
gun or 6.
Go back and watch the first gameplay reveal for the Division, like the first game.
Oh, it was
and
the same
it's
one.
exactly the same. Like
the same, yeah.
No, that's my point though. Is
So
it's
cringy.
It works. It works to who they're marketing it to. I guess that's why they keep
does
doing
it though, bro? Does it though?
Yeah, they have. It's like when the movie trailers or whatever. It's like
No.
brought to you by.
I'm
It's like it works.
Bro, I'm 100% not on board with what you just said.
What?
There's nothing there's nothing acceptable about about that entire thing. I'm caught up in my feelings right now because that shit was terrible, bro. Listen,
It reminds me of when they do video game trailers and it's the most awful music playing.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
does not match to what the game is. It's
Bruh,
just a market.
It hurts me because when I finally realized that was a Division trailer when they were playing it, about halfway through, I was like, it has to be Division. I was like,
Yeah.
this is gonna be awesome.
My thing though was they didn't show us anything in Division 2 that we really haven't seen in Division 1. Like, where's that come
It's
play
a
Division 2.
DC
You
now.
have to go. You
There
have
you
to.
go.
That's my argument about this entire presentation, bro.
It might as well
No,
have
I
just
agree.
been an expansion of the
You're right.
like the division. And
No,
just,
then
like,
it would probably
update.
sell less.
You know what the sad thing is? You know what got my attention most out of that entire trailer was the fact that they were in this like jungle, like natural habitat looking place. At the
And then all of a
beginning.
sudden you
Then I
find out they
realized-
were in a
Yeah, I was
zoo.
like,
yeah,
I thought they were in DC. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Then I realized they were in a zoo, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
I was like, I'm still gonna give it to you. I'm still gonna pay my money the
Oh, I
first
get
day
it,
that
sure.
that game drops, because you know what the difference in the division is, and I'm holding on to this hope that when they start Division 2, that it's going to be what Division 1 was at the very end of its development.
But are they
I
not gonna?
hope.
Are they not gonna have any form of like?
I mean, we
Dark
have to wait
Zone?
till. Well, we have to wait till Ubisoft to like really.
Well,
get into
I
the
know they're
nitty-gritty.
not gonna show them
I
like
gotta-
everything, but
I got a feeling that they're just going to do a Destiny 2 because that's exactly
Don't say
what
that, bro.
Division is. This, hey, Destiny, look at that. Let's copy them. And yeah, let's
So,
make
like,
something.
wait, when you
Why
say
would-
that, Sith, what, are you saying like you're gonna launch Division 2 like Destiny 2, where it's really shitty, and then go back to Division 1?
Why would you? Why would you
Probably.
launch? Why would you copy Destiny 2's launch platform in any form or fashion? There was a couple small nuances that made Destiny 2 better than Destiny 1, but overall that shit was terrible. Division added a lot of what's the word I'm looking for?
Free content?
No, well, yeah, free content, but diversity to the experience that you had.
Quality of life changes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, quality of life changes is a huge one. But just the overall way that you interacted with the multiplayer environment, like there's a lot of different they give you a lot of options for grinding for gear and things like that. And like I think games like that, that's where you want to be, right? Like the people that are attracted to those types of games, like that's what you want. You want to grind. You want to grind fest.
I just wish one of those games just release everything at once and then just call it a day instead of
I'm gonna
waiting.
I'm in the same boat with you, Sith, bro.
It's just just do it
Give
that
to
way.
me
Like
all
the
at
God,
once, right?
it's like the God of War. Like God of Wars, I don't think that's
God of War.
ever going to get any DLC. Just lump it all together and package it.
It's so
And then
fantastic.
If your
Alone.
game is good, you don't have to milk it. Like, hey, just cut this part out like Destiny and add it later on.
Kudos to
No.
Battlefield 5 though, man. Like all the maps and stuff are gonna be
Well,
like
no kudos
everybody-
to them because they had to do it.
No, that's not true, bro. Don't
they didn't
Dude.
have
Oh,
to.
they,
do it.
they had to
put
do
it.
it. They seen
Why'd
the
they have
numbers.
to?
They had to
Yeah.
do it.
I
They
get
had
where
to.
I get where Mike's coming from that they had to do it after
Same thing with Madden.
after the whole Star Wars debacle, but
That's what I was gonna say. Battlefront is what.
but at the same time though, man, like that shit's fucking sweet, man. Because all right,
Yeah, but Battlefield and Battlefront is not the same thing
yeah,
though.
no, you're right. But
I'm comparing it to
in
itself.
the consumer's vision though, bro, it's EA. The hot keyword is EA, and EA is the big name behind both of these franchises, right? So Battlefront has all this this paywall, right? And I think I was talking to you about this, GKB, and I think I was talking to Dester the same when we were at work the other day. Going into, say you go into Battlefield 4, there's Redwall, China, all the different DLCs that Battlefield came out with that split the community up in these different quadrants that people could play with or not play with.
It was awful.
I think that's the best thing that can go towards the longevity of a game is being able to incorporate the entire community, whether this guy's the first person or a guy that just bought Battlefield or this guy that bought Battlefield from day one. These people can play together and they don't have to worry about paying a bunch of extra money.
It's perfect. A lot of people drop off when that first DLC, like myself, first DLC pack came out, and I'm like, I'm not paying for this damn shit. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And then, because I know by me paying for it, I'm going to get a lesser experience because not the whole player base are going to be paying for it. So I'm playing against less people. It's going to take longer for me to get into Masters. And you know, it's just something they had to do, and I'm happy that they did it. But they really didn't have a choice.
Cool.
I'm just saying it wasn't at the kindness of their heart for doing it.
Was there anything like anything else sticking out to anybody that you guys wanted to talk about before we close it out?
Close you out.
Sounds fun.
Well, here, I'll just do a quick recap. So in case anybody wanted to talk about anything.
Nobody said anything about Metro, or was I lost?
Oh, awesome.
I was gonna
Metro's awesome. We didn't really,
it was just kind of the same trailer like we saw last year.
Metro had no place being on fucking Microsoft's E3 stage, dude.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I'm being serious though. Like, why did Microsoft choose to put that on their stage?
Because they did last year.
Oh,
yeah, but why
Dynamite?
though? Why? What's selling Metro on a fucking Microsoft platform?
The beauty of it, and like
Okay.
a story type of, you know.
That's
Yeah,
one. That's one game. Like
having your fucking
get all
console.
take the consoles out of it. Like that's one game though. I'm going to be playing on the PC because that's where I played the first.
Me
Bro,
too.
when I was watching that, I told the guys that I was watching the E3 conference with. I was like, that's PC all day, bro. You're not gonna have that experience optimized.
It's in my Kingdom Hearts. Like I'm not playing that on Xbox. I'm gonna play that on like PlayStation because that's.
Yeah, Kingdom. Well, I'm not playing Kingdom Hearts period because I don't believe in.
You're such a hater, bro.
I don't believe in fucking Mickey Mouse being my protagonist. Okay. No, I don't care.
Something snapped in him, bro.
I don't care what you say.
Uh-huh.
Mickey Mouse is not doing a shit for me, bro.
What about Dying Light
Sephiroth.
2?
Bro, Sephiroth will fuck everyone up. And that's,
Okay. Well, this is a small, quick rundown. We had Cyberpunk 2077. We had the Gears of 5. We had, of course, the Gears Pop. We had Just Cause 4.
Yo, real quick before we move on to past Gears Tactic, am I like? Did they say that was just PC only?
No,
It's a mobile.
It's like XCOM. It's just XCOM Gears of War.
But they specifically said something about PC when he was talking about it.
that looked Sith. That's exactly what I said, bro. That was fucking XCOM Gears of War. That's exactly what I said when I saw that.
And it looked cool.
I don't know. I have to go back and like read that. I thought it was just like they were like, oh, for our PC folks out there, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, that's cool. All right, sorry. She will continue.
Then, of course, we had Just Cause 4. We had Battletoads. What did you
Which
think
didn't
of
show any
Battletoads?
They show nothing. Mike said they didn't show anything.
They kind of
Well-
told you what you were getting.
Back to Just Cause. How the hell is that game even still being made?
I don't know. I hope it runs way better than the third one.
It looked good though. It looked good, right?
does look good.
The trailer looked fantastic.
I liked the first and second one, but that third one, like,
Just ran
literally
faster.
killed me. I don't know.
All right,
It was
that
just-
seems a little dramatic, bro. Because
No, it literally did. Like, I almost
saying,
died
bro,
playing
you're-
that game. Like,
you're
I was
still talking to me, so it didn't literally kill you.
I almost did. It was bad.
I'm just trying to keep our podcast honest. That's all I'm trying to do.
Oh, jeez. And
We
then,
got a lot of haters that come onto our channel and talk shit about us because we don't fucking fillet the Phil Spencer the glands.
true. And then we also had Dying Light 2, which I thought looked pretty awesome.
Yep.
That did look fantastic.
And then we had Jump Force.
Jump Force looked fucking awesome.
This is a crazy fighter for sure.
Bro, when Frieza death beamed that
Oh yeah, dude.
skyscraper,
Yeah.
he just dragged it across like
Now is
And
that
then
going to be in game or is that like the the cutscenes in the beginning before you?
no,
go to the match?
I could see that being in game.
I think that's a cutscene because
I was like 50-50
Bro,
there. I was like, I
how
don't
do
know,
you
where
think
is
that's
this?
all right? Let me ask you this.
It would be like when she does something, it'll like cut to that, and then it'll cut back to you playing. Kind of like what it does for
I don't know.
Like
Injustice.
Injustice, yeah.
it looked pre-rendered. Like it wasn't.
I don't.
We'll have to see.
It's possible. I don't think it's gonna look that good. I don't think so.
I get excited about
all
these
right.
fighter games.
I'll say this then. let's take a cut and dry comparison. Let's look at it. This game compared against DBZ Fighter. What do you think?
I like them both.
What do you think?
but
I'm talking about
DBZ Fighter look more like it looks more like the cartoon anime.
Fighter looks more like a cell shaded version of Dragon Ball versus this looks more like a.
More like an Injustice kind of fighter.
Do you remember when they tried to make a Mega Man? When they tried to make a Mega Man RPG, and this was another conversation we had with my friends when I was watching this. Remember when they tried to make a Mega Man RPG? It was like Mega Man 8 or something like that on the PlayStation.
Yeah,
where it was like this 3D rendered version of Mega Man. We've never seen. Yeah, we've never seen Mega Man in this weird 3D like well rendered rendition, right? That's the feeling that I had with this. It's
definitely gonna be a different art style.
That trailer. I think. Yeah, but I think the art style makes all the difference in these. Like
they were going for photorealism over anime,
and I think that's what's gonna sell in this generation. I think photorealism into an anime is gonna make all the difference when you try to make a. I mean, when you're going up against fighters like Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, Dragon Ball didn't do so well in the last release.
No, not officially. We had Tunic, which was like the little fox that looked like Zelda.
Yeah, that looked cool.
Oh, so that was Zelda meets Sly Cooper. Yep, I remember
that. Tunic made me feel relaxed watching that trailer.
I'm excited about that game.
Like I feel like Tunic's one of those games where you can start playing it.
I just want to know what's with all the developers and Foxes. There's nothing wrong with Foxes, don't get me wrong, but what is with Microsoft? Like they have like Super Lucky Tales, which is Fox, and then they have like this one that's a fox.
Wait, you want more wolves instead?
No, it's just a matter of why all the foxes like
because secretly they're trying to let you know that they're a cunning and sly business.
What did you say?
Anyways, and then of course we have Cuphead's DLC. We have Devil May Cry 5 announced.
That looks good. I'm interested.
I agree.
What, Devil May Cry?
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. What did you guys think?
The combat looks good.
Quick rewind. GKB. What did you guys think about Cuphead's DLC? Is that are we gonna get
like a new island or something?
It looks like a new island with
Dude, I hope so.
With there's now gonna be 4 characters.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah,
so
you didn't see that there's a
online
girl.
co-op, or we just
there's a girl and Mugman.
There's the girl, and then there was Jelly. There's like this weird looking chef fish looking thing.
That's like a big like. I thought that was a boss.
I thought the chef was their boss because there's Miss Chalice, Golden Chalice that came through.
I thought that chef was somebody that you'd buy items from.
That's I don't know.
Big Salt Master Flex. I feel like he should have the voice of Funk Master Flex. Big Salt Master Flex. Super fucking like super hype, bro. Like you should walk up to him and be like, "Yo, what you want, motherfucker?"
That's a really weird image, but okay.
You're gonna enjoy it though.
No, there's like this image of like Cuphead. It's like this girl. She like lifts up her dress, and it's like a face that comes out of her underwear. I don't know. It's weird.
So it's a real Cuphead.
Yeah. Anyways, we got Black Desert. We have Session. We have Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which we already knew quite a bit about.
Looks fucking awesome.
GKB, you don't even have to say anything, bro. The first time I saw that trailer start, I was like, GKB is just.
Oh, I was jizzing all over the place, bro.
His pants are standing by
I
themselves.
just don't understand why they didn't wait to E3 to announce it like this. Like, because everyone already knew about it because of the big announcement thing they had a few weeks ago.
And then they announced it.
I couldn't think of anybody else. Like while I was watching that, like the second I like had a nuance of Lara Croft, I thought GKB, and I knew GKB was watching it, but like, fuck yeah, he just fucking sitting there, just stroking,
just pounding it out, bro.
Yeah, I knew you were, bro. I knew you were.
No, but I think
question.
I think
okay.
I think to She-Wolf's point there about like why they did it early is to get ahead of the whole like, is it exclusive and blah 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 and all that other bullshit they did
Hey
last year.
guys.
I'm gonna take my focus away from Tomb Raider. Like, here, to focus on
Okay.
She-Wolf's opinion right now.
Okay, anyways. And then we had Game Pass
It was wasted.
updates, which was The Division, Fallout 4, and Elder Scrolls Online. Then we had The Division 2. After The Division, we had the new PUBG updates, which are bringing the war mode and the new map to console.
Yo,
And-
Snow Map looks interesting.
It does look
About
It
that
does.
war mode, what is it? Is that like a
It's like
deathmatch?
a team. It's like a team deathmatch
like
kind of
50
thing.
on 50 probably.
It's like
No,
yeah.
it's like you get like
I have it on PC now. It's
like a-
basically TDM.
yeah.
Did this recently added like a week ago or something?
No,
that mode has
PC's
been
had
out?
it for quite a while now.
Welcome to
Wow.
PCMR, bro.
PC had it for quite a while.
How many
now.
teams are there?
I believe it's like teams of 6 out of like the hunt. Like, so I think it's like a
So it's just PUBG squads with just a couple more people.
kinda, but it's played a bit differently. Like, I don't know.
I didn't see anything that played any differently.
Well, you're in like a smaller area or something. And then we had We Happy Few, which that game I don't know why they bothered to bring that up, because unless it's completely
Launching it?
revamped, I could kind of care less about it.
It looks like it has more story in it.
Way.
I hope so, because when I played it when it first released in Game Pass, it was so
Oh, it definitely
horrible
has
with
more
that
story.
friggin' like that whole like idea they had of like the survival thing, and literally no story was just stupid.
Well, they showed a lot of story this time.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We will see.
that's
And then of course
Oh.
there was all the developers that they added. Forza Horizon 4.
60 FPS mode, not 4K.
I think it's gonna look good. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna look good.
I know
Yeah,
you're not
so
happy about
got
the
that
like
60
multiplayer
FPS.
though. DKB and
You know, I was kind of like, they're like, oh, you know, everybody's gonna be in there and blah blah blah, and I was just like, some fucking asshole is gonna come down the road and be a douchebag and just try and wreck fucking everybody all the damn time. It's gonna fucking drive me
That's the
nuts.
problem, though, dude. Is
Shut up! You leave me alone. That's how I want to play the
I
game.
know it's
bro.
gonna be you.
Destro's not Destro's not OP in any game that he plays, though.
That's why he wrecks
Don't worry-
everybody.
You don't have to worry about that, bro. Like Destro's like the guy that's like mid range all the time.
He's mid range.
Destro's fucking like Avatar right now. He looks like he has fucking garlic for teeth. What are you talking?
and then we had Battlefield 5,
I love
Sea
you
of
there, Destro.
Thieves, Kingdom Hearts 3, The Awesome Adventure of Captain Spirit.
Oh, shoot me now.
That looked-
Dude,
no, come on.
Whoa.
Hold
You
on,
have
is-
to admit that looked pretty
is
adorable.
is Captain Spirit the
It's the
Life
whole
is
offset of the oh my god, Fox is gonna kill me
It's-
because I can't.
yeah,
It's strange.
Dude, it's like-
that's all I had to say is Fox, because I knew it was that fucking poor fucking sad bullshit game. Fucking what is it called? What's it called?
It's called Fall Sleep Simulator.
Stranger Life or something.
Oh my
The
god,
Strange
fucking
Life?
life is
Am I
Strange
is
Life.
strange.
I think it's like the Strange
Life
Life.
is strange.
Life is strange. There you go.
Hello?
Oh my god, can we get any more of a fucking emo title? Like if I wanted to kill myself while I played a video game,
Wow,
I'd play
can
that.
we not be so
that
hateful?
shit.
What kid did not want to be a super like?
That shit is
No, that's
that
yo.
shit
Look,
is so boring, bro.
if you want to make a show or a fucking, you know, about like this kind of shit,
all
and
right,
this and the other,
it's
I do
13
not want to play a fucking video game that's literally going to make
Okay,
me fall
that's
asleep
you
or commit
guys.
suicide.
Bro, it's
from
13
fucking-
reasons why.
Wow,
by
was
Microsoft.
that needed?
Yes.
13 Reasons Why, sponsored by Microsoft. That game is fucking bullshit. It's fucking
No, it's
boring.
not. Do you know how many kids play on the Xbox?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
cry
but
myself
yeah,
to
I'm
sleep
just talking
every
about
night.
myself. Like how it.
Yeah, but what kid wants to play a game where he acts like a superhero but's got to get his dad a beer
It's
and talk to him about his drinking habits? Like that's my real life. I
Yeah.
play video games to get away from that.
That's how I grew up. Like I'm
Oh
not
my
trying.
God.
I'm not trying to play that shit. in
you
real
guys
life.
are just
Like,
haters.
Like,
Just
no, it's not haters.
I'm moving
It's,
on.
it's real life.
Quiet. We're moving on because you guys are just officially being full out haters
Bro,
on
why
this
is you
friggin'
quieting me, bro? Like,
because I am quieting you. Okay, next we had was
Alright.
Metro.
Nobody else does.
We had Metro. We had Near. which is coming to Xbox.
I was a fan of Nier Automata, honestly.
You know about that game? Like
I didn't like the
know
changing aspect ratio, like, or it was like top, side.
It's a bit nitpicky, but those enemies was like garbage. Like the enemies, like the enemies, bubble things. I'm like, all right, I can't even take this game serious because I'm over here fighting the Putty Men from Power Rangers. I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on.
There's no such thing as real putty Power Rangers, man.
If they're
not hitting you with that, then
they look like Eggman. The Eggman, like, I don't know, man. They could have did something better because the art direction with Nier Automata, like, they look badass. Like, they got bands over their eyes and shit. They're about to fuck shit up, but then they fighting these robots. I'm like, you better off fighting dinosaurs or something. I don't know. Anyway,
better off fighting dinosaurs.
I know.
Hey, speaking of fighting dinosaurs, Mixer actually has the new Jurassic World game they're showing off.
Always bringing it back to Mixer.
Yeah, of course.
Mixer's a shitty platform.
Next up we have is Crackdown 3.
Yeah, let's just move on from that one. I think that shit's gonna get canceled.
Fallout.
Looks like a Telltale game.
That is the grossest. That's the. All right. Crackdown 3.
I feel so bad for that game, man. It's just been mishandled.
It might blow everyone away when it releases.
I feel bad.
I love you, Sith. You are so optimistic about everything, bro.
It might, because it did. We all agree it did look a bit better.
It did
look better.
But is that just the cutscene stuff that we saw, or is that I don't know.
The most money that's going to be made out of the entire Crackdown 3 series is Terry Crews's fucking franchise paycheck for getting the voiceover for that commercial, because Crackdown 3 looks like shit. Fuck you, Mike, for thinking that Crackdown 3 is going to be a good game. That shit looks terrible, bro. I don't care what you say. Terry Crews is screaming through 2.5 minutes of fucking video game trailer with subpar graphics, subpar fucking gameplay, bro. That shit looks so bad, bro. You could play Crackdown 3 on a goddamn fucking Dreamcast. Fuck off if you think like you're putting your fucking cutting edge console that plays all these great we got 4K native, we got 60 FPS, and we got here you go, guys. Here's our first fucking exclusive we're gonna offer to you. We got fucking Crackdown 3. Enjoy it. Come on, guys. Come on. Try it out.
Okay.
Try it out.
Yeah. Anyways,
Crackdown 3
I don't think there's any words for this.
All right, let's take it like real quick out of the 6 people that we have on this show right now. Who's dying to buy Crackdown 3?
I wasn't dying to ever.
I don't think no.
Yeah, I don't think I was ever dying to play the game.
Oh, if you were dying to play Crackdown 3, you've been dying for a very long time.
Who's dying?
I am looking forward to the game because I like the Crackdown franchise.
Its savior is going in Game Pass, that's for sure.
Everything that Microsoft makes is going to Game Pass, bro. That's not an excuse.
No, I'm not saying it's an excuse, but I mean,
it's not an
I feel much better about my purchase paying like $10 for a couple of weeks instead of paying $60 for it.
GKB, you're going against me now, bro.
I'm not going against you. I agree with everything you're saying.
No,
I think the same as the fucking new one, bro. So I don't know what you're saying.
When I see you across the table tomorrow and I have to fake laugh at all of our boss's jokes tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be fucking.
I won't be there, bro.
Oh, you're not gonna be there.
I gotta go to client first thing.
Whatever, bro. You know,
anyway,
we're having bagels tomorrow.
I give up on everything. I give up on everything. I give up on my life.
Why are you pissed because they're having bagels tomorrow?
Because I'm not going to be there to have one?
Because it was his suggestion.
Well, then why doesn't Brutal save you one, and then when you go there, he can just give you one?
Because I don't like him.
Exactly.
Well,
you don't understand
our work environment.
Anyway.
Mark Stutton says it's a cell-shaded game, moron. It's always looked like that.
Anyways,
fuck you, Mark Sutton.
Anyways, before Brutal destroys everybody and everybody leaves, we have Fallout 76.
Awesome game.
Looks fantastic.
Awesome game.
I think it's cool. And then Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Ori's fantastic.
There was no release date though. That game looked finished. Why was there not a release date?
I think it was like spring. No,
Yeah,
this is 2019, I think,
Yeah,
or
so next
spring.
year. I could see it early spring though, for sure. That seems like a really good
That
spot
game was
for it.
announced last year. They could have. It just says coming out in 2019. That's all it says.
I think Brutal just fucking passed out.
I think he just fell off his chair.
Probably. And then, of course, we had Halo Infinite, and that's it. That was the whole E3 lineup for Microsoft.
Sweet. Awesome sauce.
Hey, baby.
What's next? Bethesda tonight?
Bethesda.
They
yeah.
are, yes.
Is it like-
Was it like 12 o'clock or some shit?
I
it's gonna
I
be-
think it's like 9.
No,
9:30
so
Eastern time, I think.
Bethesda is.
Fucking 9, She-Wolf.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
No,
9 o'clock.
actually, you're both wrong. It's 9:30. So
That's what I thought.
It's there. I was close.
9:30 p.m. Eastern
I was close
time. 6:30.
All right,
Pacific
everybody.
time.
Let's go ahead and get out of here because I want to eat and then go watch this other Bethesda show. I don't know if Brutal died or not, so we'll come back to him. She-Wolf, what you got going?
Just same old. I have Mixer streaming Monday to Friday, hanging out, having fun. The joys.
Sith, what you got going on, bro?
Nothing much. Not much. Oh, by the way, too, I've been playing. What the hell is that damn game called? God damn it! Just lost my train of
I
thought.
love that
That
game.
game
That
that
game
you
is
play,
awesome.
yeah, it's a game you're playing all the damn time. And I was like, oh, let me try this out. I'm like, all right, this is-
Diablo?
yes, exactly. I was
Oh, you're
I was
playing
like,
Diablo, bro?
I was like, holy shit! I was like, this is kind of like where I remember when I was a kid playing on the laptop. I'm like, I was scared that it was
Are you
going to
playing
have
on
like.
PC?
No, I'm playing on the console because
Oh, shit,
I have
thought
it.
was, bro.
I have it free. But yeah, I was like, I was shocked. Like,
Fucking awesome, right?
yeah, I was like, what the hell? But anyway, this like YouTube, my about page got all my social media stuff, and that's about it.
Sweet. What's your mic?
Hey, yeah, everybody can always find me on Twitter at MagicMike83 and always be here for the Console Corner Show.
Nice. Destro.
Not much. You can catch me on mugshots.com.
It's so funny, bro.
Not, man. Just waiting to see what Ubisoft and Sony have to say tomorrow, man.
Ooh, man, there's going to be some good shows.
Well, you know, Ubisoft is going to be fun. This
Oh, yeah.
whatever the hell they're
It's always
doing,
fun.
they might have unicorns on the stage or some crazy shit.
Is the same girl going to be presenting?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I used to.
I
Yeah,
love
she's.
her, man.
Yeah,
She's
she's
awesome.
Yeah.
Brutal, you alive?
Brutal. What?
You must be.
I am a little bit worried though. I ain't even gonna lie right now.
I'll text him
Sure.
in a bit. He muted his mic, so he's moving around. What's up, everybody? I'm GKB. Thanks for rocking out with us. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Later.